Swing doors, huh? Okay, doors. Swing.
What is good, my crazies? Y'all, welcome back to Lab Lee here, right here too. Man, you see the screen, you saw the title too, man. We're doing a little reaction videos. 8 stupid criminals who got caught red-handed. Yes, this is going to be a first little part of my series, as well as a little test too as well, how this is going to work out for me on this computer. It's doing what it does. At any time, man, y'all, if y'all like this, man, y'all please throw a big shout out, love, and big thumbs up too as well. And I'll leave the link in the description below to the original channel this is for. Let me make sure. I should have done this, huh? The Wonderlane. So we'll leave a description in the lane before. Look at that. I could have just done that anyway. So before we get this all going, let's take a hit and we're gonna watch the 8 stupid criminals that got caught red-handed. So cheers.
How much you want?
25.
25. Very beautiful. I want!
Usually, only few people show themselves as voluntarily as they do here when they commit a crime. On the contrary, those who do something illegal don't really want to get caught. In this video, however, we present 8 criminals who were caught red-handed. We'll show you not only extremely stupid mishaps of burglars caught live on camera and safe robbers who better plan their crime a little better next time, but also fugitive criminals who were caught in a really incredibly crazy way. It's going to be highly entertaining, so stay tuned here at Wonderlane. Let's start on number 8 directly with a thief who at first seemed to have carried out a truly extremely spectacular crime with no personal consequences. We're talking about an American employee of the logistics company UPS who, a few years ago, stole an extremely valuable object from an airplane, namely, a diamond which was worth an incredible $160,000. What sounds extremely spectacular at first glance turned out to be a bit too big for the thief. When he wanted to make money out of the diamond, the thief thought it was just some cheap stone from a souvenir store. Accordingly, he didn't sell the gem for $160,000 but exchanged it for a small packet of cannabis, which was worth just $20.
He sold that diamond worth, what is that, $16,000 for a 20 bag of weed? Really? 20 bag of weed for a $16,000 rest? What the?
In the process, he also acted so stupidly that he was arrested by the police shortly thereafter for grand theft. All in all, this case was so curious that it even made it onto the American Evening News. Next, we come to a criminal who not only wanted to steal a gigantic money safe, but had also made some pretty big plans for it. This man wanted to rob a gas station in the middle of the night and broke the bulletproof glass window with a very large rock. He then climbed out of the window through the hole to attach a rope to the safe, which he had tied to his pickup truck. At least, that's what he thought. In fact, when he was about to drive off after numerous preparations, the following happened. He had obviously forgotten to attach the rope to his truck and drove off without any loot. When he noticed this shortly afterwards, he came back to correct his mistake, only to realize that he had parked too far away to tie the rope to the car. Since he was slowly but surely running out of time and the police were probably already on their way to the gas station, he made off as fast as he could. Next, we come to 2 burglars who can hardly be surpassed in stupidity. A few years ago, the following video was recorded.
In case if anybody doesn't recognize that haircut, that's that Kid and Play haircut.
In the USA. 2 burglars tried to break into a small house, one of them standing guard and the other looking for a way to get through the window. After some time, he came up with the brilliant idea of simply throwing a stone at the window. However, this backfired badly. Instead of breaking the glass, the stone bounced off the window and knocked out his accomplice. Instead of helping him, the stone thrower continued to try to break into the house, only to knock himself unconscious with another stone. The next morning, both burglars were then discovered sleeping in the front yard of the house by the police.
It was a double knockout! Boom, boom. You don't get that all the time. It's a double knockout. All right, double tap. Zombies, I guess.
Number 5, we come to a criminal who was not directly caught in the act, but years after his crime felt so untouchable that he was caught in an insanely stupid way after all. It's about the best-selling Polish author Crazies, who eliminated a person many years ago without anyone ever solving the case. In fact, Bala behaved so inconspicuously in the years following the crime that he not only became one of Poland's best-known writers, but also moved only in the highest social circles, until one day he published a novel that ruined his life forever. In the novel, Bala described a scene in which the protagonist eliminated another person in a very inconspicuous way. This scene, however, had amazing similarities to the crime that Bala himself had committed years before, which is why it did not take long for the Polish police to take up the case again, which had actually already been closed. In the end, after closer investigation, it turned out that Bala was the only possible culprit in the case, which is why he was not only arrested, but is now serving a 25-year prison sentence. The story continues with a burglar whose urge to quickly check his social media presence turned into a violent fate. In 2011, a man named Trevor Jones broke into someone's home and stole numerous valuables. While he actually acted quite cleanly and left no fingerprints or other traces behind, he still made a mistake that makes you wonder how anyone could come up with such a stupid idea. Namely, Trevor Jones briefly logged into his Facebook account on the house's computer, when he then realized that he should perhaps leave the crime scene quickly after all.
What do you think he did? What do you think he did? I ain't seen this. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of what he did that got his ass caught. You know, and you put Facebook into this and everything else. You know, he probably posted that shit on Facebook and was this. Look at the stuff I got. I'm bling blinging now. I got it now. Ain't got nothing to do with this. Well, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I'll let you think real quick.
He forgot to log out again, which is why the police had an easy job with the subsequent investigation. Not only did they now know the burglar's name, but they were also able to calculate how far he was from the crime scene based on the login time. Only a few hours after the crime, Jones was then caught and convicted. On number 3 we come to another mishap, which is not only extremely embarrassing.
He left himself logged in and they checked that shit, caught his location of where he was going. You think he would post it, but nah, he left himself logged in. I mean, y'all, log out of y'all shit. Log out, log out.
Jones was then caught and convicted. On number 3 we come to another mishap, which is not only extremely embarrassing, but was also caught on running camera. This restaurant visitor wanted to fake a fall in order to receive compensation from the restaurant. To do so, he first threw a few ice cubes on the floor, only to lie down next to them and feign such great pain that he could sue the restaurant. When the case went to court, however, the restaurant had a pretty easy time of it, since the camera footage clearly proved that the man had only faked something to everyone. Next, we come to a bicycle thief who was extremely stupid in his attempted theft of a real top bike. In fact, this young man, who was on a bike himself, tried to steal a very expensive bike from the back of a moving car. But since the car was moving much faster than the thief, he had to wait again and again until the next traffic light.
He looked so out of breath. Yo, man, he looked so out of breath. It was crazy.
Since the car was moving much faster than the thief, he had to wait again and
like he'd been riding for like 20 miles. I'm gonna get this son of a bitch. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. That is hilarious. Oh man. Oh, all right.
And again until the next traffic light, only to be able to screw a little on the bracket. After numerous kilometers of unsuccessful chase,
Then he left his bike. He left his bike. Daddy left his bike. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Only to be able to screw a little on the bracket. After numerous...
We gonna get my arrow for you. He left his bike. He literally left his bike. Oh, that is hilarious.
Kilometers of unsuccessful chase, it came as it had to come. In the end, the thief not only went home empty-handed, he also lost his own bike and disgraced himself in front of all the traffic. In the grand finale, we now come to a couple who had probably overestimated themselves somewhat in an attempted credit.
All right. I think for these videos, for the last video of these videos, what is going to happen? Let's find, let's guess what's going to happen. Could it be, maybe they said couples, so maybe they're going to steal something together. Maybe he's trying to steal something. Maybe, I don't know. Man, this is interesting. I kind of like this little thing. I don't think there's shit on here. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out.
Card fraud. Some time ago, these two wanted to be overestimated themselves in front of all the traffic. In the grand finale, we now come to a couple who had probably overestimated themselves somewhat in an attempted credit card fraud. Some time ago.
Okay, credit card fraud. Credit card fraud. It answered all our questions right there. Credit card fraud.
People who had probably overestimated themselves somewhat in an attempted credit card fraud. Some time ago, these two wanted to buy a beverage can with a fake credit card. However, the store owner was suspicious, so he immediately informed the local police. When the police arrived, the perpetrators came up with the groundbreaking idea of leaving the store through the back door. After a little cat and mouse chase through the store, the girlfriend then made it to the store's warehouse. But there was no other escape route there, so she tried to make a run for it through the ventilation system in the ceiling. However, this attempt ended in maximum failure when she suddenly found herself in the arms of the police on the store floor. So this escape attempt ended not only very painfully but also in the precinct of the local police station. And that's it for our video and 8 stupid criminals who were caught red.
Oh man. See, that's why you don't try to climb through those ducks at anything. I don't care what you do, you don't do it. You just don't do it. You don't do it. But this was great. This was fun, man. What do you think about these videos, man? I think this is going to be a fun thing to do. Just let me know down in the comments below, man. Y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up as well. Man, subscribe too as well. Check it out. As well, I do have another backup channel just in case that link's down there below too. Don't forget to sub up to that. With that said, you already know, man. Y'all keep your mind open because those eyes, we'll definitely see some people getting caught red-handed. I'm out!
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.